Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's me, R Squad 911, back again with another Ghostbusters Hasbro HasLab Proton Packs wand DIY video. I just did kind of like the speaker, I'm going to call it the speaker downgrade video. And now I'm on to my next video, which is installing this, which is the Frutto Technologies Bargraph for the wand. I'm going to upgrade it from those little like 3 dotted LEDs with kind of the painted plastic bar graph with an actual bar graph and with an actual controller. Now, if you got the GP Star board for your pack, it has its own controller for this, so you would just need to buy this. You can find these on the Frutto Technologies Etsy store. But I'm going to be going with the Ninja Tunes. It's just easier for me to do it. I just don't want to do so much wiring and soldering. I just want to keep things simple. Of course, there's probably less fun stuff, but you know, I only turn on the pack once in a while when people come over. I don't need to go crazy. And the Ninja Tunes is much cheaper, so that's better for me. But anyways, so I just bought the controller for it, and we're going to install this into the wand. So first things first, when you do it, actually I don't need this. This is a Keep Alive board for the pack that I got for a buddy of mine. Might as well combine the shipping, right? You got to take apart your wand. Lots of videos online. I think I have videos showing how I take apart the wand. So basically it's this goes here, this goes here. You drill out the plastic that is covering these holes, take out these 4 screws. I don't think there's plastic to drill out on these ones, but you take out the 3 screws, 1, 2, 3, and then 1 long screw there. This pulls up, and this slides in there, and you pull it out, and then you get access to what's inside here. Now, I've already modified my wand, so there are some pieces that are missing. Specifically, there was a plastic bar that goes across here. I just cut that out. You do not need it. You just get more space and more access to what's inside the wand. So what we have to do is we have to get underneath this. This is another piece I didn't cut out, but it was part of that piece that was there. I don't think it adds any structural rigidity, maybe a little bit. But mainly it was just to block off whatever's down there, maybe for light bleed to come out when you turn on all the lights. But we need to get this screw here and this screw here. Right, so I'm gonna, where's my screwdriver? Here it is. I want to get this screw out here, right here, and this screw here, and that takes off the cover for the bar graph. And then I'm going to remove the plastic and just have this exposed because it's just going to look nicer. You have to order this separately. It doesn't come with it, but this is the mount. This is the mount if you remove the plastic. They also have a mount that if you wanted to keep the plastic. But it'll look more authentic this way. And I believe it's going to mount in like that. Or is it like that? Who knows? We'll figure it out, and then the screw will mount somewhere there, and then, or maybe it's for down there. I don't know. Ooh, I think it's for down there, so it's going to mount like this, and then this screw piece will mount there. I think we will see once we get this all apart, and we will figure it out together. I'm just doing this on the fly. So first things first is we're going to have to remove this. This is part of the lever thing there. Not sure. I think we just need to remove these screws here. These are the spring retaining screws. They don't actually hold anything onto anything. That's why they have this fat head there. Don't lose those. To stop the spring from slipping up and through. And then you have to open up your wand and, you know, locate the spring. And then that's the spring there. You're going to have these facing downwards. You don't want to have it flipped this way. You want to have it down this way. Of course, take pictures before you take everything apart so you kind of have a reference and you kind of know where everything goes. Not sure how tight that needs to be. Well, let's that doesn't have, so when you put this back, you don't tighten it down. It's just kind of not snug, but just once you hit the bottom, that's where you stop. Take this screw out here. We're going to pull the slider out, and it's going to be positioned with this kind of pointy thing pointing out that way. So it's just going to go like this. And that's how it goes back and forth. All right. That. And then we're going to cut. I had hot glued some wires there to hold it. I'm going to remove this part here. And try not to clip any wires underneath. Okay. So I usually just take my little wire cutters here, and it's very soft plastic, so you do not even have to worry about it, like snapping or breaking. I'm just going to bend it up. That's like that. Well, that piece is done. And now we have full access to here. We can probably clean that up a little bit. You don't want like sharp plastic to kind of hit wires. All right, there we go. That's a little cleaner. That doesn't feel sharp. And then we are going to take off this plastic cover. Doesn't seem like it's so bad. So those two screws that I pointed out earlier. And when you're working on these wands and electronics and whatever, you want to ground yourself. You want to try not to drop stuff or solder onto the boards. You don't want to put excessive heat on them either. That's when stuff starts to break. So let's not do that. Yeah, ground yourself, touch something metal, you know, and you should be good. All right, so that looks like this feels loose. There we go. I have slippery fingers because it is very cold and dry. There we go. That's that piece there. So now we can compare it to the Frutto Technologies mount. So I'm not sure how it's going to mount because it doesn't look, because this Bargraph has to sit in like this. And then this part will be the window for the outside. So, no, so it's like that. So it's gonna, this hole is gonna mount up here. All right, so now we gotta take this Bargraph out. Or the factory one. Oh, yeah, you just get your fingernail in there and you just pull it out. Oh, those, when they use their soldering machine, it makes those really sharp. Okay. I'm gonna try to get this through here because these wires are pretty tight there. Okay, there we go. And then these are the wires. These wires here. These wires. Let's zoom in. These are the wires that we have to desolder, or you can just cut right across there. And then you're going to have to place them inside this thing here. I would have preferred to solder them myself, but this makes it easier for those who aren't comfortable with soldering. You just need to cut those off, strip them, and then put them into their corresponding holes. I think the only thing that we got to do is solder the ground, or I have to reread the instruction. They said that you can strip it and put it into this, or you can solder it. So we will see in a second. All right, so, all the wires here are very tight. I'm going to try to pull each one out in front of the board because they are tucked into this kind of like hook-like area. There we go. There we go. All right. There we go. We have, I keep saying there you go a lot, but here we are. All the wires, we have a little bit more slack there. So this will be going into this slot here. Ooh, there's actually, you're supposed to want to remove the plastic that is there from the factory, and I'm not sure how to do that. I don't know if it's one piece or how it's attached. But it looks very ugly. Okay, that doesn't work. All right, I'll figure that in a second. But you can see here, this is the factory one. There's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 LEDs versus this. And this just shines through a printed piece that kind of looks like this, but you can clearly see these dots there. And when this is working, it is very, very nice. That the way that it moves and yeah, I don't know how to say the sequence, I guess, as it goes up and down versus just, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 versus a whole bunch here. 27 or something. I said 10 earlier. I was completely wrong. 10 would still be better than that, right? I think Frutto Technologies had one that was just a 10 segment and it went up in twos because there was 5 here. So each one would represent 2 bars on a bar graph like that. But this one is much better, especially with the controller that you see here. Okay, so what am I going to do here? I am just going to cut them all off, I guess. So get the speaker out of the way there. We will just trim off all these wires. And there you have it. Gosh. All right. So not much wire to work with. It is, unless we pull it out from behind these other wires. Aha! There we go. Much, much better. All right, so we got blue, green, 2 yellows. One yellow is lighter than the other yellow. Light yellow, mustard yellow, red, and brown. Yeah, these 2 yellows. One is just ever so slightly lighter than the other. So hopefully we can differentiate between those in the pictures. And now I got to figure out how to get this plastic piece out. All right, so that's something I'm going to figure out and I will be right back. Okay, I looked this thing over and I think there's a few things that we need to remove to get to this plastic piece because it's also screwed down and mounted underneath all this stuff here. And it doesn't look like it's connected to anything, so just need to remove this screw holding down this chipset here. I think it controls the LED possibly that's there. Pull that out. So, yes. Okay, so now the plastic is held on by one more screw there. Zoom in. One more screw here. That should be it. I think. Just grab one of these pegs and pull up and see where it goes. Let's not clip any wires. Nope, does not want to budge. Maybe I will take a cutting tool and we will cut this plastic out somehow. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to try to figure this out. Okay guys, I figured it out. The reason why it just doesn't budge is because it is all one piece. All this plastic in here is all one piece. It goes over to cover up the LED for the vent on the top. A lot of people cut that window out. I want to leave it in because I just don't want stuff to fall in to the wand. If it, I don't know, if there's some moisture, it just starts to rain. I don't want water to get in. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm probably going to have to somehow cut the plastic here so it just separates it from that piece, or I have to Dremel it out from the other side, and I'm just going to figure that out. But I just wanted to make note of that, and I want to show you guys that it's all one solid piece of clear plastic all inside there. If you wanted to take it out fully, you're probably going to have to take out the board and everything underneath there, and that just seems like a lot of work. And I kind of, hopefully nothing falls out. A lot of people cut this thing out, and I kind of like it. I mean, it just, it's like a window. And then it doesn't expose all the circuitry and stuff. Sorry, you can't see it in the video. Circuitry and stuff in there. And I'm just going to leave that be. But I'm going to definitely cut this window out. All right, so we'll figure that out, and I'll be right back again. Okay guys, I'm back. I think I kind of figured this out. I took the screws of the board out. I don't think I need to. But what I do need to do is take this board down here out. All right, and it looks like it's just one screw here. One little screw, and I don't know how that comes out. Oh, there we go, just wiggle it. That pulls out like that. I don't even know what it looked like when I had it in there. Was it just like this? Is there a LED? Yeah, okay. So this one of these LEDs kind of sits in this little hole here. So I'm getting that out of the way so when I pull this thing up, I can get it out. But there looks like there are two other screws holding it down. One right here in this corner. And then one over here. So I think you can still get at it even if the board is in. But you might be better off taking it off just so you don't hit up against the board when you're trying to get to this screw in the corner here, which I can't get the proper angle. I'm not sure if it's unscrewing. Oh, it's unscrewing. Just enough. So you got to use a Phillips #1 so it's thin enough and it can kind of angle its way into there. Oh, and there's one more screw right here. So there's 3 screws on the base. Sorry if my head was blocking the camera. All right, so 3 holding the base. And then I'm going to pop this LED out here. And I believe those are all the screws holding it in. You just want to kind of pull this up. Oh yeah, just like, oh. Okay. So you know what? That is not difficult to do at all, actually. And there we go. We have this out. And then this will be the mount for it, and I believe it's gonna go like this. Or like this. And that's gonna mount up to there. So I gotta figure out, I think that's how it's gonna go. Or does it go like that? No, that makes no sense. But yeah, if I wanted to now get rid of that window, I can. And that's how it's going to look. course, you have to put part of this back in so the hat light there goes out through this. But yeah, I don't know if I like that look. But now that I know how to take it out, it's actually quite simple. What I was reading online, everyone said that it was so hard to do. As you could see, that was pretty easy peasy. All right, so I'm gonna figure out what to do next. Let me go get some tools. Okay, I don't think I need any special tools actually. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to cut off just the bar graph section. We want to try to keep all these pegs intact. All right, so how do we do that? I guess we just cut around it. Oh boy, here we go. Good thing I have a spare wand in my collection. We just want to cut around this. We want to cut down here. Just, we don't want to lose that peg. Slowly bend it. There we go. Whew. All right, so we saved that. I want to trim as much off as possible so we get some. Now there's going to be shards of plastic on the floor that I'm going to stab my feet on. I'm just waiting for that piece to shoot off as I'm cutting this. Please don't do that. Okay. I think that's pretty clean. And then we'll install that back. I'm going to keep this window because I just like it. That's just me. You guys can completely remove it off. So I think when you guys do it, you would just have to cut this part off here. Just along here. Keeping these pegs intact, these two. And those two don't matter. All right. And then back up to this top part here, we want to preserve this peg here. I'll zoom out a little bit so we can get a better view. Sometimes when I'm cutting it, I'm putting it close to my face and then nobody can see. So we're just gonna, we want to preserve that. So we're going to cut down here and we're going to cut down here. And then we are going to cut the bottom here. And the bottom here. We can bend it now? No. It's tough. This part here. Okay, here, we can bend it now. There we go. Just got to make sure that you cut everything that leads to it without cutting it all off. I mean, losing that screw hole. Make it clean around it. Ooh, that was just a little scary. I thought that it was going to break off there. There we go. All right. So now what we can do is we can probably put this back in. This will go like so. And then the LED would drop back in there. Nice and snug. Probably put a screw back there. I believe it was this one. Don't want to choose a long screw because if you screw it in too much, you'll come out the other end, right? So that's good there. Wow. I'm happy with that. And then we take this and we place it back inside there. Without getting any wires clipped in there. And there are some switches that you just want to be wary of. You don't want to hit the connections off. There you go. Line it up so that the hat light or the whatever light there pushes through. Push it down, make sure it's nice and flat. And then we can screw that back in so it's secured. So one screw in the corner here. Wow, I'm all shaky because I'm all like nervous of breaking the plastic. And of course doing this video, right? There we go, one screw there. One screw here. And I'm not even going to bother with the other screw in the corner. I mean, later on if I wanted to remove it, it's just going to be easier. Everything is snug with the two screws holding it on. So I'm completely fine with that. Doesn't seem like it's moving much. Yeah, I think that's good. Let's see if I push my finger there. I guess I'll put it back in there. There's a little bit of play. Do things properly, right? Don't be lazy. I mean, unless the screw doesn't want to go in, then I'm just going to leave it out. But no, it is going. Working its way in. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Okay, cool. So we are ready to see. Actually, no, we're going to put this back. Yes, we're going to put this back. And that sits right in this mount there. That's why you don't want to cut that off. And make sure you leave that in. So, I totally missed. Totally missed. I wish I had my daughter's tiny hands. This would be perfect for doing this. I don't even know, maybe it has to go the other way. Maybe it goes this way. There we go, it goes this way. Yes. Right? I think so. And then that screw is this little short screw here. You want to over tighten, you don't want to crack the board. And that's that. And then this is going to sit flush in here. There's all these wires. I'm going to take this LED out again. Actually, nope. It is. I pushed it in too hard. This is going to mount somewhere here. Somehow. This was a cup over that. Kind of. I mean, this is a 3D printed part, so I mean, it's gonna have some. Oh no, there, kind of. It's kind of off, but kind of on. Turn this around, and we can see the mount is kind of off. You would think that it would sit better. I'm not sure. Hopefully, once it's all mounted, it'll have a better fit. Because I feel like I'm going to take this out. Now it's kind of stuck. I feel like this front part here should fit flush into this hole here, which it does. So it should line up nicely there from the inside, but it's not because this mounting hole is kind of flimsy and not, I mean, it's flexible, so maybe I can push it into place. But I guess I'll keep trying. Nope. It just broke. That's horrible. I didn't even use that much force. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you guys. If I put it in reverse, upside down, it fits perfectly. Yeah. So maybe if I take this plastic piece out, see if this will fit better. And it does. So I'm just gonna probably hot glue that in, but that is how it's supposed to sit in it, and it looks very nice. With this, it was kind of pushing it further down, so, and I thought maybe with some flexibility it could work, but it just broke right off. So that's kind of a waste of money. And I believe that they have this extra piece here to mount here to hold the Bargraph in, the mount in. So at least there's going to be one place holding it. Or did that break in shipping? Who knows if that was supposed to be one piece. But anyways, I am capable, so I'm sure I can figure this all out, and get this looking good. Because yeah, that's where it's supposed to sit. This piece here is supposed to go right here and hold it into place. That screw, I believe, is this one. It's gonna look like the hole is made in this one. So I gotta, the 3D print, I gotta just kind of open up the holes so the screw will actually go through. There we go. I am not useless. All right, here we go. Screw this bottom holder in so it braces up on that. And that broke too. Oh man, this is just, yeah. I know what to say. These are really crappy 3D printed parts that don't really work. So now I have nothing to hold the bottom. I'm just going to hit that with some hot glue on the bottom there and hit it with some hot glue at the top here. And that is just going to have to do. There's nothing else I can do here. All right, so I'm going to get my hot glue gun. I'll be right back. Okay guys, got my hot glue gun. I put this piece back on. I put that, and then this kind of wedges that in, but who knows. Here is the broken pieces. I don't know where the other piece is here. That was supposed to go here. over top. Technically, I could probably glue that together, but I'm not sure. Like, putting it back to where it's supposed to go, and then if I just pretend that I'm tightening down a screw, completely warps the holder. So I'm not even gonna bother with that. So don't waste your money. Do not buy the mount. You're better just buying maybe the regular mount instead of removing the plastic mount, because you can just hot glue it in, which I'm gonna do now. Hopefully I have enough room here. So a little dab at the bottom. And then a little bit at the top here. And that should do it. I'm not going to do the sides. Okay. Let that dry a little bit. And this is where the Bargraph is going to mount. There's instructions on where these wires go, but I'll just hold it out so you guys can see. So let's untwist them so you guys can see. Let's zoom out. Got it? Cool. All right, so then, I don't know which way the Bargraph fits. Does it go in this way or does it go in the other way? That is something I probably have to look up. I think that these connectors are supposed to face outwards. So that's how I'm going to install them. And I think you have to be very conscious of which way that it faces, because you're going to have it going the opposite direction. Okay. And maybe this piece that was supposed to mount there was supposed to hold this board in, and now there's nothing holding it in. Anyways, but let's take a look at how that Bargraph looks. That looks pretty good. I guess in hindsight, I could have maybe finished that mount a little better, but that kind of glossiness to it is kind of nice. I'm going to leave it as is, just for the sake of also finishing this video quicker. And yeah, that's mounted in there. It's not going to hold. I really believe that maybe this part was supposed to hold that in. So I am probably going to hit that with some hot glue. Just to have it held into place. So I'll probably put a gob of hot glue there. We'll see. Frutto Technologies does not have any instructions. All they give you is some pictures, so you're kind of on your own. I guess that's why you have me trying to figure this out too for you guys. It's always nice to have a video to see and to follow. So I'm gonna heat up my heat gun here, and then I'm just gonna put a dab of hot glue there and a dab of hot glue at the bottom, and that should hold it into place. I guess the only thing about hot glue is that if you were to leave all your equipment in your car on a hot summer day, it could goop up and maybe let go. I'm not sure. I'm in Canada, so we do get some super hot summer days, but I don't see myself ever having it in my car or being outside wearing this pack out on a super hot day. That's just asking for trouble. Okay, hit that with some hot glue at the top. Just gonna hold that into place. Let that dry a little bit. down here. And hit it with some hot glue there. And I popped it up. Hold it down. It seems like it's holding it in. My hot glue placement was very bad. There we go. Let's cool it down a little bit quicker. That should be good. And what's good about hot glue? It's not permanent. All right, I'll let that cool off a little bit. And then we will flip this over. You can see if the bar graph is sitting nicely, and it looks like it is. So I'm happy with that. All right, so now on to the more tedious part. I guess I can mount the board back, but you know what? I'm just going to leave that all for now. We are going to start to I wonder if I can get myself some more slack on these wires. Pull it through this whole jungle of wires. And another thing is that when I look at the GP Star, it's like there's so much wires. It's just so intimidating, even for me, even though I kind of like doing this stuff. I just want to keep it simple, and this is pretty simple too. And I believe when you do the bar graph on the GP Star board, you got to do the same with the bar graph. So who knows? Maybe either way, you're good with the Ninja Tunes or the GP Star. I think my laziness got a little the better of me, and I went with the Ninja Tunes. And I think both systems are pretty awesome. I haven't used any firsthand, so maybe I will get the Ninjas and the GP Star and compare them, because I do have an extra pack in storage. Okay, so we're going to strip these wires. I believe these wires are too small for this stripper. Oh no, they're not. Okay, so we just want to strip just the ends of it. No, they are too small. Okay, got to use these. Got to be careful with your pressure. And then you don't want to like strip these wires over your board, because you don't want like, you know, little bits of wire to fall down onto your circuit board. Oh, that's probably too long. And then it might make like a short, like connecting 2 points, and you just don't want to burn out your board. Okay, so all stripped out. And then I'm going to go look at the instructions and figure out where everything goes. All right, be right back. Okay, so what we're going to do is, with it facing you, you're going to go green. The next one will be light yellow, dark yellow, red, ground, which is black, blue, and then brown. So that's what we're going to do here. Good thing I have my skull screwdriver here. I'm going to back them all out so it opens up. And I think the black one you actually have to solder to the negative on the board. And I'm going to figure out that after I get all these in. So I'm going to go green. Zoom out. I wish they did it in order. of the colors on the cable, because now a bunch of them are going to cross over each other. Did I not open this up enough? There we go. Green. It's in there good. Don't want to over tighten either, just make sure it's snug. Green, and then light yellow. That one looks lighter than that one. Want to twist them because you don't want some rogue strands to kind of stick out and then short with other ones. I did not unscrew these enough. Okay, so next is light yellow. I'm going to put this green one in a little bit more. I kind of see some copper wire. Okay. Same as this yellow. It's better. And then dark yellow. These up more. Don't want to open it up too much. You don't want to lose the screw. Dark yellow, red, black, blue, brown. I give you a black wire here. So I'm going to skip that one first, and then I'm going to do blue and brown. Blue is the second last, and brown is the last one, from left to right. That one wasn't even open. Or was it? Oh, now it's reversed in. Yeah, so that didn't work. Reverse this out. I might skip that a little bit more. Into place. Why am I grabbing the big screwdriver? That would not work in this situation. Boom. There we go. And then now we got this black wire here. So I'm not exactly sure what I got to do. It's a much better gauge wire, and it's also silicone. So I'll put this into place for now, and then I'm going to look at the pictures, just says that you're supposed to solder it somewhere, or you can strip it, but I mean, strip it and put it where? Again, no instructions, just a picture. Okay, you just want to tug on each wire, make sure it's secure. Green, yellow, yellow, red. Okay, and then go over each one and just snug it up. Don't be too heavy-handed on it. All right, and there we go. And now I'm going to figure out where this black wire goes. Be right back. Okay, so looking at the pictures, it looks like we have to solder it onto the board. So you do actually have to loosen this thing up. I'm going to bring this back. I'm going to zoom in. And once you unscrew the board, you just flip it up and you look for this long line of solder. And this one is the ground right there. This round one. Don't know if it's round on yours, but it's round on mine. If you flip it over, you can see this black wire here, and it says ground. Right above it, the black wire ground, and if you flip it over, that's exactly where that is. So, heating up my soldering iron. I'm going to grab some painter's tape. Just to hold the board steady. So, now we're going to solder it onto there. And because the board is going to, when it flips that way, you kind of want to solder it downward. So we'll go, or across this way. I should have not screwed it in just yet. But here we are. Okay. So yeah, I'm probably going to solder it this way. This way? This way. All right, here we go. I'm going to actually tin this first. Okay. Might also have to put some solder there. Of course, the solder is not dropping because that solder is different than my solder. And I'm heating it up too much. Ooh, no. It's almost touching the other one. Let's not do that. There we go. Gotta clean this thing up. That's a quick and easy way to do it. My sponge is over there. And there we go. Done. Just in the nick of time to take this let go. And that is good. Didn't short out anything. That no solder's touching the other. And we should be good to go. All right, we're going to double check all the connections. Make sure it's good. It was green, light yellow, dark yellow, red, black, blue, and brown. And then grounded to the ground. Right. Right, measure twice, cut once. Green, looking at it, green, light yellow, dark yellow, red, black, blue, and brown. Okay. Now, and then we are grounded to there. And now we can put the board back on. We go like right here. I'm just going to put in like 1 or 2 screws just to hold it down because we want to test and make sure everything's good. I mean, if it's not good, I don't know what we're going to do. Okay, and we'll just plug these back in. I think there's one more here, plugged in there, and I believe we can turn it on. Okay, moment of truth. Whew. It's plugged in. I don't think anything else is touching. No. Gotta figure out where I'm going to mount this after. Turn on the pack. Turn off the pack so it's not so loud. Here we go. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see. Oh my goodness. I just don't want anything to like touch and short. And it's upside down. Whoops. So now I gotta unhot glue it and go the other way. Jeez. But that looks good. Let me turn it up. Goes even higher. Oh, that looks great. What about when you fire it? Oh no, turned off. Is it supposed to work when you fire it? No, it works. I just have it upside down. Okay. But I'm glad everything works. All our connections are right. What we want to do now is disconnect it so there's no power. We'll shut down the pack. And again, in the Frutto Technologies pictures, it doesn't show the orientation of that. And you would think that would have faced the outside, these clips here, because there's not much room on the other side. So, right. Now we just got to pry this up. Let's take out all the hot glue here. Easy peasy. Pull that up there. And then flip this thing around. Now I'll take out all that hot glue down there. Actually, no, that's actually holding the mount in. And then we'll put it in this way. I don't know, there's not much more room on this side to have it sitting this way. Definitely doesn't sit as nice. Or maybe they reversed my version. Who knows? Oh, that's good. That kind of clicks in. And then we got to heat up the hot glue gun. And then we'll set it in. What is this? Nothing. Okay. And then we'll put it all back together. And that is that. Okay guys, we have everything hot glued into place. Since this is dangling, I put some tape behind it so it doesn't touch anything on the board when we test it. Put the speaker back in so it's not flopping around. We are going to connect the wand. We're going to test to make sure that my orientation is correct. All right, so turn it sideways here. Turn it on, pack is on, volume is down, Bargraph is working. Turn this, rumble motor goes, and it goes all the way up. Turn it down, and it goes down. Turn on the wand, and set to fire. That is so cool. Shut off the wand, turn off the Bargraph, let's turn it back on, yeah, turn it off, and shut it down. Alright, so it's working. I'm going to start buttoning this thing all up off camera, and then we're going to take a look-see, figure out where to mount this, yeah, I'll be right back. Okay guys, well, I put this here because it's for my next video, but I have this thing pretty much mostly buttoned up, and I just wanted to show you how it looks exactly with everything powered up. Okay, so the pack has timed out after 5 minutes, so I gotta go turn it on. It is on. And then here we go. All right, so that is the Bargraph here. It looks really nice. It has been all hot glued in. It's pretty secure. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn it on. That light's working. That's a good sign. And then we turn this on, and that turns on the Bargraph. Right now it's on the medium setting. I can turn it all the way low. It's the lowest setting. Medium again. Go all the way high. You know you've gone high when the rumble motor stopped and it stopped shaking, so it goes all the way up. And then we're going to activate the wand. I don't know why sometimes it shuts that off. It's weird. Fire. And that's it. So yeah, that's the third time that's happened to me. When I turned the activate switch on, it has turned off the Bargraph. I don't know if there's some sort of signal that it didn't get and then it just shuts it down. But we'll see if I can replicate that again. Turn this on. Turn the Bargraph on. Turn this on. Maybe it's when it's turned all the way up. It could be also that my talent cell could be running out of batteries, because I haven't charged it since Halloween and it was running for 3 hours straight. So maybe that could be it. I'll do some more testing later on. I'm wondering if it only seems to happen when this is turned all the way to full. So that's full. Maybe it takes more power with a full a Bargraph. Turn that on. No, it seems to be working. We'll see if I can replicate and I can figure out getting down to the bottom of it. First, I'll probably charge up the talent cell. It's a 6000 mAh. and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that is it right there, guys. That is the Frutto Technologies Bargraph standalone unit with the controller. You can just buy the Bargraph alone if you're going to add it to the GP Star board. But if you're not and you're going to go with like the Ninja Tunes, this is the one you want to go with. You don't just buy the bar. You got to make sure you. I'll leave a link in the description below, but you got to buy this one with the controller. All right, and I like how it shuts down. It just ramps down and I shut it down, and that's it. Hope that helps you guys out. Please like and subscribe, comment below, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Happy busting. Peace.